Hey, friends!
Oh,
Are we live or is it like the screen?
We're live.
Oh, hey!
Hey, live how?
Live how? Hi, friends. Welcome to the Game Raven Review podcast. It's been a while since we've seen you. Has it? Yes, we weren't here last week. But this week, because it's February and it's almost Valentine's Day, we're gonna talk about dating sims today. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah. So right now we're just kind of bopping around. I think we're waiting on Craig. Craig needed to do his makeup and hair. So he's
Now recording.
Hey, Craig.
Hi, Craig. I can't wait to hear about your dating sims, Craig.
That's all
Valentine's Day
Grace
is a
does.
crappy holiday. It's just marketing by corporations to get money out of people. I'm not bitter at all. What do you mean?
Didn't somebody buy Discord? Like actually do it this time?
Did they really?
I thought I saw something.
Let's
about
find
it.
out.
I could probably completely be lying
Discord.
to everybody.
I mean, something about Microsoft like a year ago.
They
I remember
ended.
that, but
They
I
ended.
thought because of the whole Activision and Microsoft buying everything, Discord was like, we're gonna go somewhere else. I don't know.
It says Microsoft Discord deal dead as Sony buys minority stake
Cool.
in something.
Love that.
Also,
footage.
like,
They were gonna buy it for $10 billion.
Good
Dear
for
I
them.
mean, Discord's pretty big.
Good
I
for them.
guess.
Whoa, nice.
We don't want part of your corporate nonsense.
Oh, here we go.
I'd like this one article. If Discord's so great, why hasn't anyone bought it yet?
Is that how that works?
I guess. Oh god.
Oh, okay. We're live on Game Raven, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're
Yeah.
still talking about Eastern Exorcist.
Oh, hey, here. I can.
Oh yeah, you have to like go into the thing, don't you?
Yeah. Un momento. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, because we're also live on YouTube and Facebook. For those, oh my lordy. Heyo! I have a great computer. So fast.
Feed.
If you go into Stream Elements and make me a super mod, or anyone that's a mod a super mod, they can change your title and your game for you.
Nice. Okay. Hey Taz,
Yep.
since you have a better computer than I do, can you go in and change that for me, please? I was just trying to, and it's having a hard time.
Gotcha.
Thank you, thank you. I might see. I wish I could see the chat without seeing the video.
Should be able to pop out the chat. I guess.
Oh, I could do.
Yeah, it won't let me do it.
Yes. Hi, welcome to Game Raven, where we sit around and we figure things out on stream. It's fun.
Nothing wrong with that. As
No,
again, if you
we like
need,
to show how the sausage is made, as they say.
There's gotta
and
be a
I
different way
can-
to say that.
There's gotta be.
This is how the poutine is made. Like,
That's
that
true.
also sounds weird because
I was like, what would you like? What other
I've
innuendos
heard
can
that
I
used
make?
for other things. I don't know.
It's the
I love
inner
poutine.
workings of my mind.
There is no better word that also sounds sexual and also a food. Like, hey girl, come over and have some of your poutine. It's like,
Yeah,
no.
I've heard it used that way.
Oh, no.
And I didn't realize that
There's
was
no other word.
an actual like food item.
Food. It's actually really good. I've had it before. It's good. Also fattening, but also good.
You know, I've heard of shawarma.
So like, I always wanted to after like what Avengers 1.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that? And then just never got around to doing it.
John! You don't have to be the center of attention
When
all
you
the
put
time.
the cat away, it just goes into the abyss of your background.
You can just see his butt. Oh. Nope.
There he is.
Oh, nope.
Nope.
You just hit his butt. Sorry. Okay, wait. Let's see. I think I can do something here. Oh, wait.
I believe in you.
Hide player. Yay. Now we can see chat. Last time we streamed, I didn't realize that chat was happening because it didn't show on my computer. So I apologize to anybody who was.
I have it
Are
up.
you gonna tackle Titan now, Taz?
Yeah.
That wall Maria behind you?
Yeah.
We're all on vacation and Taz is over here like
I'm getting
dressing
ready to
out.
fight my enemies, you know.
That can be vacation, not a fun one.
I'm trying to fight for my freedom, you know.
Yep.
It's so wild going back to season 1 of that show and then like skipping to this season and being like, what happened?
Oh my god. That's what I want to do too.
Remember
Yeah.
the basement? Remember how that was just a big deal?
It was such a big deal. And it was a big
I
deal.
know it's-
It ended up being a big deal.
It is. It's still just funny to look now and be like, man, we've come a long way since 2013, 14?
Yeah.
Hot take. I got bored of Attack on Titan after I found out where the giants came from.
Hot take, you suck.
Actually, same.
Same. Same.
I'd take, I stopped reading the manga because like the manga's different because it just goes really like political, and I was like, so when the big men gonna fight again? And then I stopped reading. So
Dude,
everything from like this past season, I was like, ooh, I
Where's the
didn't get to
mystery?
any of this.
The mystery is gone.
But now there's something else though. There's another
No, there's
another
more
issue.
mystery.
There's more of an
There's
issue.
more mystery.
Especially the later episodes, like the recent ones, because it's like, oh, chicken or egg. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Usually chicken.
Or the egg.
Microorganism.
turkey.
Dinosaur? Hot take? Dinosaurs suck?
Whoa.
Okay, but
They have feathers now, though. They have feathers.
but why?
But why
Because
would?
that's how they.
Why
Well,
did
the funny
dinosaurs
about-
suck?
Because they died. They're all dead.
Oh,
They couldn't hang.
We would have all died too from a
We're on
meteor
our way.
that caused
We're
an
on our way.
ice age, allegedly.
They couldn't hang.
but what I love about dinosaurs is pretty much the fact that most of them are just kind of made up. Like, I love the article you'll see where it's like, yeah, that Stegosaurus, not a real thing, actually.
Wait, speaking of dinosaurs, is there a dinosaur dating simulator?
Probably.
Jurassic Park, I think.
Jurassic Heart. Yeah.
Jurassic Heart, yes, let's go.
Wow.
Oh my
Gus, you actually
God.
did that?
Copyright that right now. Copyright it right now. If it's not.
It's
a thing.
my dating sim adventure with a ukulele playing T-Rex, Jurassic Heart.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Okay, hey, let's not jump in quite yet. Taz, are we all good to go? Can we just start?
Yeah, fam.
Okay, cool. Sam, quick note. I just wrote in the outline, our quote unquote titles, because that way we kind of have some context to who we are. We're not just like random people. I mean, we kind of are, but it's fine.
We're individuals, yes. No, I see
Yeah.
it here. Gus, have you played a thing?
Oh, we're all talking about Pokemon Arceus.
Oh, we all are. Okay, cool.
Arceus.
Besides Bro, who is doing Pico Park.
Yes.
I've got Pico.
Uh-oh. Are we
Pico Park.
frozen?
Yeah,
Probably.
that's a not
I think. I think
Your
it's
wonderful
'cause-
computer is buckling.
Yeah, we're just gonna. Is that better? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. The
yes.
virtual. We can't be on vacation. It's too much.
There's like 2 people, a cat, and a background.
Too much. Too much.
All right. But yeah, okay. That's cool. Are we all ready?
Yes.
Start it up.
All right, and we will be starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Game Raven Review podcast. I am your host, Sam, and as I am every week, I am joined by some very talented individuals as we just explore the world of indie games. This week, we're going to be talking about dating simulators. Exciting. February. Valentine's Day. Totally a real holiday. I'm not bitter at all. Before we get into any of that, I would like to introduce who I have with me this week, starting with Bro, who is our YouTube team lead. Bro, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Sam. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And next we have Taz, who is our Twitch team lead. Taz, how are you?
I'm freaking phenomenal. How are you?
I am doing all right on this Sunday afternoon. Yeah, afternoon. It is almost 2 o'clock here. Oh, and Puppet, our editor-in-chief. How are you?
Hey, my life's a mess, but I'm great.
Is that on the
Imagine.
script?
Well, Puppet, I am glad that you are here. You're never a mess to us.
Well, that's good.
And Gus, who I believe is his maiden journey here on said podcast, who is an amazing, I'm reading what they wrote here, an amazing, awesome writer and entertainer. Ooh. Gus, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. I like the earring. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. And again, thank you all for being here this week, and we'll be right back with what we've been playing. See you there. And welcome back to the Game Raven Review podcast with our segment, What We've Been Playing, where we talk about what we've been playing, aka the Pokemon segment of this podcast. Because I think majority of us have played Pokemon Arceus.
Ew.
Arceus.
Arceus?
Arceus.
Arceus?
Arceus. With a K. No. But I think we all played it.
The knockoff version, the Wish version.
Oh. Not the Roblox version.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Anybody need any Robux?
But this is a tangent. So like there's a man by the name of Darman who I loathe. But he makes a lot of videos that get like tens of millions of views for some reason. And he had like one episode about like kids stealing mom's credit card. Guess what happens next? And he buys like Robux.
Oh, I
Like,
hate those.
like,
hate
have
those.
you like she's gonna find out, dumb child. But that's fine. Not important. If you like Darman, that's fine. I just find him to be nauseating. You know what I also don't find that nauseating? Arceus. Arceus. Big Pokemon who steals you away from your family. That's fine. I played about an hour or so of the game because I don't have a Switch, so went to a friend's house who had it, played it. I think it's okay. I think it's a good foundation of what I like Pokemon to do in the future. Again, just different things versus the same RPG we've been getting for the last 2 decades, if not more. There are a few small issues I have with the game. Small issues. Biggest issue would be, what is it? The rifts. So I watched a streamer pretty much walk around for about 2-ish hours to get a rift to just populate
Oh, this
because
space time
they are RNG. Right. And it's just the moment of like, I'm trying to finish the Pokédex, but I cannot because these rifts will not open. And when you go online, there is no rhyme or reason. They're just random. And a part of me looks at that and says, again, am I going to complete the Pokédex? No. But for the person who will do that, it's annoying because you can't do anything.
How big is the
Make it
Pokédex?
happen. 246,
It's not
I think. Like 240 something.
extremely terrible.
Again, not the full decks. That's fine. I'm not here for full dexes anymore. I guess again, I'm not gonna do it. But like I said, there's small things like that that kind of are not the worst. But again, I can see why someone would look at this and be like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I can just not going to." The intro level is about, I guess, 2 hours, give or take, and I'm like, "Oh, huh." Like I just want to catch the Pokemons. Like, I don't want to do the research. I don't care about these 20 Bidoofs I have to catch.
Oh
Or
God.
these- like I just want to fight the people and have a good time. Which again, I still think this is a good game. Is it going to be anyone's game of the year? Probably not. At least not to me. But I still believe that this is a step in the right direction. That like 10 years from now, when we look back at Pokemon, it's like, yeah, this was the start of them getting better, or at least trying. As much as I think people like, was it Brilliant Pearl, Diamond, whatever, like much as those are good games, those still are just remakes of something that I've already played. Like, it's not you trying to do something different. That can maybe be a mistake. And I want them to make those kind of choices. Like, I want you to go out there, as Miss Frizzle say, get a little messy. Like, it's nothing wrong with making a mistake and be like, all right, people didn't really like this, let's go back into the lab. Like, just trying to do something that isn't the same evil person wants to steal giant Pokemon that can or maybe destroy the world. I, as a 10-year-old, have to do it because nobody else who is an adult can do this. I guess you kind of get that in this game too. They also do that whole, again, that's another problem I had in the intro where it's like, man, you caught that Pokemon with the Pokeball? Wow, no one else could do that. And I'm like, excuse me? Like,
Okay,
no one
actually,
else?
I have a reason for that. So as you know, Alex, he works at the Alyssa Burnett Center, and he works with adults with developmental differences. And the maker of Pokemon was somebody who was on the spectrum, and they say that they don't have any quotes from him, but this is what the autistic community thinks. And yes, I'm speaking for that community, and I shouldn't probably, but anyway, here we go. They think that it is a simulation of what it's like to be somebody on the spectrum when you're a kid, because you are you see things that other people don't, and you're better at things than other people are. So for you, things are really easy, but the like adults around you have a hard time with it, or they don't see things the same way that you do. So it's supposed to kind of simulate what it feels like to be frustrated that you're the only person who understands or knows how to do this thing. And that's why you're like a little 10-year-old that can do these things that seem simple to us, but then in the world of Pokemon, it's like, wow, you caught that Pokemon in a Pokeball. Anyway, there you go.
Defeat a god Pokemon as a 10-year-old.
See, Taz, I love Taz because he's a fan of a certain video game that I don't know if you've seen when you fight certain big men who might have stolen you from your family, but it just reminded me of that game. Like, oh, Taz would love this. This is fun.
Wait, which game is
What
this?
game are you talking about?
Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It
Wait,
just looks
what?
like a Kingdom Hearts fight. I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
Taz would like this.
Absolutely.
Is it kind of BS? Of course it is, because you're fighting God who has the hacks. Like sure.
Yeah.
And again, Puppet, I also respect your statement and I thank you. Ooh.
Free coffee.
I know. Sure.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It happens
okay.
in our house sometimes.
That to me is okay. Like, if that is the reason, I would like for Pokemon to acknowledge that and tell someone.
Mhm.
Versus,
Yeah, that would be very cool. Yeah.
again, any of these games where, what is it, Sun and Moon? Is it Sun and Moon? Yeah, Sun and Moon, when, like, again, doing evil things over here with Evil Man, the champion's over here being an idiot, who's, like, also in his mid-20s. And some reason 10-year-old has to be thrown out there. I'm like, no, he seemed capable. He has been undefeated all his life, apparently. But this 10-year-old is going to show him up because plot has to plot. Again, I love Pokemon, always will. And I remember that, like, feel of, yeah, I'm the champion. At the same time, now as an adult, I'm like, man, I'm noticing that a lot of you adults are just not helpful at all, especially from child who was stolen from his family, whose mother is probably concerned about where did God just take my child and his cell phone that I cannot communicate with him with.
Oh my god, yeah.
I love it. I love Pokemon being an isekai now. Love it. Love
Right,
it.
though, yes. Yeah, it makes
Oh.
a little bit more sense for sure. Okay, so I might be going on my 50th hour of this game in the last week. Maybe. Also have like over 200 hours in Breath of the Wild, and it's so similar to Breath of the Wild. Like, there's some places where I'm like, wait, am I playing Zelda? Like, wait, what's happening right now? And
But
don't
Breath
get me
of the
wrong,
Wild
I
looks
love
10 times
it.
better.
Also true.
The graphics in Breath of the Wild, Just trying to keep
Like-
quiet. But the graphics of Breath of the Wild are just like so much better. I feel like watching Pokemon Arceus, Arceus, whatever you want to call it, is like someone playing it on a 3DS, not a Switch.
I love the joke of, man, I love playing my PS2 again. What?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay,
Yeah.
and also,
And people are gonna keep eating it up.
Mm-hmm.
Game Freak
Arceus
Nintendo, just throwing us scraps, and we're there to slurp it all up
Yes.
and give
Okay.
give it Game of the Year.
No,
When I asked
don't
Bro
do
what he
that.
thought of this game, he was like, I feel like Nintendo's just throwing us scraps. I'm like, yes, on the podcast, go off.
Every time. I don't know. It's
also-
a 6 out of 10 game in my eyes.
I wouldn't give it a
Whoa. Here
more
on the
like
Game Raven
7.
Review
I think it's-
podcast, hot take.
I'd say it's like a 7, probably. Like, again, I give it points that I will then in the future retract if they don't do anything with this platform.
But then again, I
I'm
haven't
saying-
played it, so.
Like, it's good enough,
The
right?
two
Like,
people who have played the least amount are like,
well, no,
Game's
it's
bad.
The people that play the least amount are talking the most smack, son. Are you freaking kidding
okay,
me?
but
That's
this
what
game
I'm
isn't
like-
for me.
I'm
right?
freaking
This
out
game
over
No.
here. I'm freaking
You guys are
out.
already in the clutches of Nintendo. That's why you're
Yeah,
giving it
true.
such raving
like,
reviews.
sheeple.
Taz is not though. Taz did not drink the Kool-Aid like I did.
What is it? What is it? Meeple? Whatever that one Pokemon is. There's a no. My issue with this game isn't really even them. It's more me. I'm not the person who's going to catch 50 Starly. Like, I'm
Are you
just not.
breaking up with Nintendo? It's not them, it's you.
First of all, I've already been broken up. Me and Sony have had a wonderful relationship for the last few years. But, and again, looking at this, I knew that wasn't going to be my game. Like, and again, that to me is fine. Do I find this game to be tedious? Absolutely, I find this game to be tedious. And that's what makes me not really want to play this game. Because when I see I have to do certain, like, battle requirements, right? Where it's like, I have to see this one Bidoof do like a rollout 20 times. I have to see this Starly do Wind Cutter 10 times. That to me is something that, again, does not appeal to me.
Amazing
Right.
content. Amazing.
So for me, I am looking at this game and saying, I think it's good. I'll give it a 7. But for me, it's not going to be. Like, and it never was. Like, once you show me that is how your battle system works and that's how the game works, cool. I watch Taz play it. I watch Puppet play it. I watch anyone else play it. But for me, you tell me 50 hours, I'm like, my back hurts. My knees.
Oh no! Well,
Okay.
okay, to be fair, Sam, you're only talking about a very small portion of the game, and I think that's what Taz is about to go off about.
I see him. He's like changing shades.
He's changing
But again,
shades
that's
over
the
here.
beginning of your game, though. That is the beginning of your game. Your first hour of the game is telling me that I have to do these requirements to get against stars, which also kind of lead to nothing. Like,
Long tutorials are bad. I said it.
yeah. See, now I'm just getting on Taz's nerves.
It's like Kingdom Hearts
I know,
2 when
no.
you're Roxas for 3 hours. Unskippable
no, don't do it.
tutorial.
No,
Oh, God. Okay, Taz, you have the
go ahead,
floor.
Taz. Go ahead.
I
go
will
ahead, go
agree.
ahead,
I
Tess.
will agree. That was my one gripe. I wasn't a fan of how long the tutorial was. It took forever.
Yeah.
I want to start catch Pokemon. You know. Again, yeah. Kingdom Hearts, Roxas. You skip? Can I? No. Okay. Whatever. So yeah, that takes forever. So doing another run through of that. However, I have never been more invested in using other Pokemon than I have in this game, just to simply complete the Pokedex. Because I don't even have a squad yet. I don't have a main squad. I'm like, you know, I'm doing everything. I'm so far behind in story, but I'm trying to perfect every Pokemon, which I found out. Not only can you complete its research, but you can also perfect their research, and you get a little sparkle next to the Pokemon in the Pokedex. I'm like, well, I'm gonna spend another 100 hours doing that, but I'm so invested. I don't have a squad. I normally have a squad by now, but no, I'm trying to go through every Pokemon, trying to do all the things, because if I do get bored doing that, I could just do story. If I get bored doing that, I'm just gonna grind and fight alphas, because that's fun to do. Fighting a giant
Snorlax.
Snorlax.
Low punny.
with-
Low punny.
Or
With
low
the
punny. I
leg.
caught
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I make it a mission to even
Fake low
catch
punny.
them. I try to catch them because it's fun. Or I just get my cheeks clapped by a what's the fire horse with hyper beam, my
Rapid-
little Cyndaquil.
Rapidash?
Yeah, Rapidash, and gets my cheeks clapped because I have a little tiny baby Pokemon. you know, trying to grind, you know. So there's so many things you can do. Also, the complaint about the space-time distortion, that's dumb, because if you're waiting till end game to actually do those things, that's on you. You should do all those. And like there's like Pokemon, like when you go to the outside the village, and the dude is like, hey, there's an infestation, I don't know what they call it, of Pokemon on the map. Here you go. Here's a bunch of Bidoof. Here's a bunch of Rapidashes. Here's a bunch of one single Pokemon that you can just start hucking your Pokeballs, fighting them, getting on 3v1s. It's awesome. It's freaking amazing. Sure, 2-hour tutorials need to end. However, it makes sense in the story to see some dude or some person fall from the sky out of nowhere and be like, here, can you use this? And they do it perfectly. They're like, wow, I would be impressed too. Some person just fell from the freaking sky, flat on the freaking beach in the freaking pavement. They're like, all right, I don't know where I am. I don't know where my mom is, but these fire animals, cool. Let's do that. This sounds way better. Did I just get isekai'd into a cooler world? That's my dream.
So,
And see,
I think
Pokemon
it's that you're supposed to
Arceus.
be yourself. Like, you're supposed to be somebody who's been playing Pokemon. Because, like, if you notice in the dialogue when you first encounter the professor on the beach, he asks, do you know about Pokemon?
and you can say yes or no.
Yes.
But you can say no.
And you can skip. You can say no, but who says no?
So, but a person
all
can
know
play as a
Pokemon.
person that's never seen Pokemon before.
Yes,
say
but
no.
who is that? Nobody exists.
If you want to do a full role playing and be like, ooh, I don't know Pokemon.
Well, it's not full because we're isekai'd, so we still have all of the skills that we had from previous games. And technically, we're supposed to be from Diamond and Pearl, which is why you look like Dawn.
No,
if
that's,
you're a
not
girl.
from Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 years ago or something.
I know
Voltorb
you
was made out of
travel in
wood.
time from Diamond and Pearl. That's the whole story.
No, that's
Oh,
not
that's
what
a dumb
happens.
story.
That's not what happens.
Oh, what happens?
You're a different person.
Five
That's
out
what
of
I
10.
thought.
You're a
I don't
completely
know.
different person.
You're
That's
a
why,
different. Wait,
yeah, you're a completely different person because the evidence of the dialogue says that, oh yeah, I've never seen Pokemon before. So that's like, oh, you're just a rando, complete rando, not from Diamond and Pearl.
I strongly disagree. I think it's because it's the same like chick from Diamond and Pearl. You look exactly the same.
It's just
You
the hat.
have references to
It's the
memories from Diamond and Pearl. Also, you meet one of the wardens, which you haven't gotten to this part yet, who has memories from Diamond
Yes.
and Pearl.
How do
There's
they
like
have memories
so many.
from Diamond and Pearl if it hasn't existed yet?
Time
They've
travel,
also
Taz.
been-
Come on, are you
He was
listening?
also isekai'd. He was
Okay.
also isekai'd.
Okay.
They
okay.
say he just showed up one day, had no memory of who he was, just like you.
But could you consider
Yeah.
that to be lazy?
Yes.
Could you consider that to be Game Freak's lazy writing and be like,
Ooh,
I don't want
100%.
to
I think it's
recreate a
breaking the
new
fourth
avatar.
wall
I don't want
is
to
what I
create a
think
new
it is.
avatar. I just want to just
Fine.
bring one from the other and leave it at that.
Fine.
I think it's
Fine,
breaking
fine,
the fourth
fine,
wall,
fine,
and
fine,
it's
fine.
actually acknowledging us who have been playing Pokemon for a long time. So we can actually we can skip the tutorial about what Pokemon are because we already know. We've already been there, and this is Nintendo's way of like acknowledging us. I felt seen, okay? That's
Okay.
my take.
Okay.
Gus has not said anything, and Gus has hours in this game as well. So do
Can I
you
complain
have
about one more
anything?
thing? I was
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I think one of the reasons the tutorial also might be long is just because it's such a different format than what we're used to, right? So, like, when you go into Pokemon, typically all of the games have been very much the same. So you're relearning some things. And while I think a 2-hour tutorial is a little bit too long, I think that part of it is just to get you more introduced into how this is going to work, and like the future of where Pokemon is probably going to go. I think the tutorials in future games are going to be much shorter because we'll have the idea and the background behind it. But I think that they were doing something so out of character for what they normally do that they wanted to make sure that you were prepared for what this game was going to look like. I don't think it's a phenomenal game. Like, I'm not crazy in love with it. I do think it's a good game. I enjoy it. I think that one of the things that Nintendo really does well.
Uh-oh.
No.
Right in the middle.
Keep talking. They'll be right back.
No.
We'll wait.
Not gonna listen to it. I disagree, Gus. Freaking Craig. Okay, sorry.
It's all good.
All right.
You remember where you were at?
I want to say that, like, one of the things I think Nintendo does well is that they play on that nostalgia factor. I also think that it's kind of like a gimmick or a cop-out at times because it does allow you to be a little bit lazier because they are aware that you're going to play it. And then as well as
I hate
also
that.
just to bring it back to like the age thing, like yes, we are the people buying it, but technically the demographic for Pokemon is for younger kids. So as a 12-year-old, I want to be that person who's special. And I remember being 12 and being like, I want someone to see something special in me and to be the best at something. And this kind of allows you to kind of live out that, you know, dream or fantasy, which I think is that escapism that video games are really good at. And again, if you're a 12-year-old, this is a perfect format for that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying you want to be the best there ever was, like no one ever saw?
No one ever saw.
No one ever saw. 'Cause
And if this game has shown me anything, to catch them is the real test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Okay, I got two things that I wanted to say about Arceus, and then maybe we can move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. So Pokemon Arceus, it's supposed to be the first like Pokedex ever made, all that nonsense. And then you play red version, and Professor Oak's like, look at this cool thing I invented and I made that no one's ever
Oh.
seen before. What's up with that?
Ooh,
Yeah, I saw
plot
that
hole.
too.
Professor Oak likes to steal. He's a thief.
Yeah.
Oh,
Typical.
you also just in this lore that could also have been lost because again you are talking about like 1,000 years in the past. So in a way that could have just been lost to time. And Professor Oak was like, "Yo, my original idea, OC, do not steal. I did this." And that's kind of how I took it. It's just again to Professor Oak's ideal. This is the first Pokédex that he is aware of. Versus something in the past being done again, also like 20 years after that game came out, 30 years, I guess maybe. Like, oh, we didn't think we'll get to this point as Game Freak. Well, no one's gonna care. Like, no one's gonna look at that and be like, well, Professor Oak's a effing liar. No.
Well, another thing that I saw is that people were like, it wasn't the first Pokedex created; it was the first digital Pokedex created. That was the other argument where people were saying. So instead of it being just a binder with like written down, it's all electronically, received.
But in the game, it's it's like actually a binder. Like it
Yeah.
has the
In
spiral
Arceus,
notebook.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That also would
But-
suck, though.
Oh,
Like,
okay, yeah.
as
Professor
an
Oak still
actual
sucks.
human.
I mean, to be fair though, too, like you could also be part of the reason that there's like carvings that you find when you go on excavations. Like this could definitely be a like thing that was lost, which is why like in future games you go and you find like special carvings or certain like manuscripts or papers or certain things that you come across that reference Pokemon or like a great god. And it could be a reference like you are part of what has created that to happen in the future, which is why they don't know about a Pokédex, is because at some point maybe that all got lost.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Arceus said
Yeah.
no. and just wiped it away.
Yo.
I mean, it could
think you
be.
just
I think you're onto something because,
solved
like,
it.
in the Arceus movie, like, you get sent back by Dialga to fix the present. So what if Arceus is like, hey, you're the reason why that like people are now friends with Pokemon, but I have to make you do this first. If you don't do this, then it's all like bad. But unless you do this, then Oak, Rowan, all those cats can actually perform their duties because you're the one to actually do it.
Mm.
You know what else I dislike about this game?
Oh god.
I just remembered. I did. So, like, again, this is something that you can't prove, but, like, the balancing of Pokemon is a little weird.
It is weird.
Like, I've seen Pokemon be tens of levels higher, hit a Pokemon that's like a 60 when I'm an 80, and then not die because of it.
Your
And it's
Pokemon's
like-
bad. That's why.
Your Pokemon's bad.
I think the balancing for some of the Pokemon
You didn't EV
are
train,
off.
dude. Those effort
like-
values are important.
It honestly kind of is because there was like, what is it? Like the website you can find like actual battle damage, like you can do those calculations, and that to me is great. Again, I never cared enough to do any of those things. I just know even if I'm like not like it's even, right? Like I'm at a water type trying to hit a fire type, but I'm 20 levels higher than you. I should be able to hit you in one shot with most attacks, and you should be gone.
Yeah, type advantage has a lot more weight in this game, I have noticed. Yeah, you have, and they actually teach you type advantage. Like you
Yes,
can
I
go
saw
into
that.
your binder and like, so they make a big deal of it for some reason. I see that. Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know, teaching the kids again the thing you should know. But that's fine. Again, like you said, like Gus said, again, if you're a 12-year-old and this is your first Pokemon game, I think that's awesome. Like this is your red and blue for the new generation, and I want them just like red and blue to make this better. Like in 26, I guess, when Arceus 2 comes out and he steals another child away from the parents. Like I want them to again just keep working at this. I don't need a 2-hour tutorial, or at least give me the option to straight up say skip it. Like, can I skip this altogether? That'd be great if you could.
It took me like 5 hours to get blue hair, so that was what I was salty about. Anyway.
Okay. Oh God, we're gonna go back to this. I know, bro. You want to talk about was it Pico or whatever? So
You guys are on one right now. I'm here for it.
Pokemon Game Freak, the indie studio Game Freak, of course. Give me the option just to change my change what I look like in the beginning, please. Man, I know you want to put hours into this game and you want us to play this game for hours. I just want to be able to just dress my Pokemon person as much as I want to. I should be able to pick whatever hair I want to pick, eye color, which also, this is another random thing. Again, Sam cares too much about this game, I guess. So they mention your eye color and not eye color, they say contacts. And I'm like, what solution did I bring with me to make sure these things don't dry out?
You're Isekai, but you happen to have your solution with you.
I was going to the Walgreens to pick up my solution, and I was like, I should probably buy like months of this. Why? I don't know. But probably should.
Just in case I get Isekai into the world of Pokemon.
I get scooped up by God, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, find the Pokemon, you'll find me. That's the only instruction I will give you on why I picked you up. And your mother is like, I wonder if he's coming home for dinner. Okay, so that's it. That's all I have. Those are my complaints about contacts. We can just say eye color. Just say eye color. No one's gonna bat an eye to that. I look at eye contacts. I'm like, contacts? When? I guess I can use the fresh water from Hisui. I guess I don't know.
You're gonna get worms in your eye.
Oh.
Okay, sorry. Okay, anyway, we should move on.
Yes. So, bro wants to talk about another game, Pico Park.
Well, I remembered that I also got Hollow Knight and I'm playing it for the first time.
Good game.
Pico Park, do not play this game.
Oh.
And I mean that in the nicest way possible because you will hate your friends afterward. It's basically just like a team building game that has, you know, somewhat of a janky control, and you'll just die 1,000 times before you actually complete the game. I actually did complete the game. There's 12 worlds and a puzzle for each level in each world, and I think there's 4 levels in each world, so 36 levels to go through that are pain and suffering. But it was still fun.
It's fun. Don't buy this game.
Well, buy it, and play it, and then, see for yourself. But moving on from Pico Park, so I got Hollow Knight, and I won it in some like streamer's anniversary thing because I was the funniest at Jackbox. And
you know what? That does not surprise me. Congratulations.
But Hollow Knight's pretty good. I think so far right now I'm giving it like an 8 out of 10, just because I don't like the way that you get lost. It's my first playthrough, so that's why I'm saying it. Like, obviously, if you play it again, I know people play it multiple times, so you're like, okay, I know where I'm going now. But the fact that you have to find the guy that has the map in every area, and then a lot of the times I'll go somewhere, I'm like, okay, am I going the right way? And then it's a dead end. I'm like, sweet, let me go all the way back where I don't know where I just came from, and then, try and figure all that out, and you're like, okay, well, I gotta go to the store. Also, the store shopkeeper.
Mommy.
But that I think that made the score go up like an extra point from that.
Shopkeeper.
Awesome. Shopkeeper worth. Buy the game for the shopkeeper, if anything else. But I don't know, it's good. I like it. It's kind of like their voices are like a mix between like Japanese and Animal Crossing, which is my favorite thing about it. I do like how the Hollow Knights. I don't know. So far I think it's kind of an easy game. Like when people were telling me it's like this is the hardest game ever. Like this is so hard. The only thing that I found hard about it is the tedium of having to go back and forth and up and down. I mean, I get it's a Metroidvania in that sense, but I feel like they just made that aspect of it like just annoyingly difficult, I guess. But if I play through it again, I'll be like, okay, I know what I'm doing. Maybe I'll do some no-hit runs or like speed runs of it. That would be cool. But I think I'm about 5 or 6 hours in. I just beat. What boss did I just beat?
Probably the needle chick, maybe?
What's after the needle chick?
Mm,
'Cause I think the area that I'm like, all right, I'm turning this off was
Spider?
after I got through this like jellyfish area where the jellyfish literally send homing missiles at you, which I was like, this is stupid. That was part where I'm like, okay, the game's maybe getting a little bit more difficult when that part happened. But then I made it all the way through. Once you get to like a castle or something, seems like I made it all the way through that like with ease, like all the way, got all the shortcuts and whatnot. The that final elevator that you have to get that actually takes you all the way back to basically the beginning area. So I was like, okay, that's kind of where I turn it off. So that's about how far I am.
Oh my god, it's so much better when you have that elevator.
Yeah, because I was like, but I still haven't even gotten the map for the. I did get the map for the castle, but I haven't gotten the map for the underwater area, and it took me forever to get the map for the fungal grotto area as well.
Oh, I love the mushrooms.
Yeah, the mushrooms. Everyone was getting really upset that I was killing the mushrooms because they were too cute, I guess. But I was
so
like, they're
cute.
fighting me. I was like, they're attacking me. Okay. This is self-defense.
They chose this fate.
Except maybe the little baby mushrooms that run away from you and like screech, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Great
But,
game. Music's
yeah,
great too.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, the music's really good. It reminds me a lot of that Blue Fire game. So Hollow Knight is like Blue Fire, but Metroidvania. I think in that way, because like Blue Fire has the I mean, if 3D, it's like not open world, but like it's got a large area to explore. So when people would come in, they're like, oh, you're playing, like everyone knew Hollow Knight. Everyone that came in like, oh my god, you're playing Hollow Knight. And then I was like, you should play Blue Fire because it's like this game, but you know, different, but the same thing. And you've got it's the voices, the music is, the ambiance and everything is like very similar in my eyes. So it's really good.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what I've been playing.
Very nice. Thank you, bro, for your review there of your 2 games and our liking. Question. Do we like Pokemon Arceus? Because I think we all do for the most part.
What are we doing?
I'm just asking. No, this is not a conversation. This is a yes or no answer. Do you like Arceus?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
I can't answer that.
Well, you haven't played it.
Exactly.
Taz
No
is a
for
yes
now.
as well?
Absolutely.
Oh. Okay. So most of us are saying yes. I'm also saying yes. I think it's fun. Again, I have problems, but of course, I just look at things too closely. But okay, I just want to make sure that's out there so people who listen to this, we're not like taking a dump on Pokemon. We all love Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
We also, I believe, should be able to point at something and be like, a few problems here you might want to look into for the future games. Constructive criticism, as we might call it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll take a dump on Pokemon if they've been giving me the same scraps for the last 30 years. That's all I'm going to say.
But these are new scraps. I think these are new scraps.
Oh,
You know?
new scraps? Yes, please. Game Freak, you're too kind.
I'll
Oh,
slurp
man.
up all the scraps.
Oh. Don't like that. I don't know why. I just don't like that. Don't like slurping
Like,
scraps.
speaking of which, dating sims.
Still have like another segment before we get to
Yeah, I think we're doing question next.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry. Okay.
Spoilers.
Thank
Sam, do
you.
your thing.
It's all right. So thank you all for your games you've been playing and your opinions. And we'll be right back with our question of the week. You on the other side. Also, give me like 1 minute. I need to go pick up. I have packages coming in.
Sounds good.
Just more Pokemon Arceus merch that he's got.
I gotta get my check. You know. I
After
gotta
all
get
of
my check.
that.
You're getting your Nintendo check.
Oh man. Thank you, Sam, for your opinions. You know, we appreciate. Like, oh, thank you. Are you gonna fix any of them? No.
100%.
One second.
Ew. I love it. Yeah. Sounds good. The pot is hot, I think.
Oh, never mind.
Wait. Okay, arcade game. I haven't played
Does
a
Gus
lot
have
of
his
arcade
phone on?
games, to be honest.
Actually, no. It's fine.
But what is an arcade game though?
I was
The
thinking.
game that you
A
find in
games that are in arcades, because like
yeah.
Are we talking? Yeah.
or
Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
one.
You find that in arcades.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go
what
with
about
that.
can I say skee ball's an arcade game? I like skee ball.
Yeah.
I think so.
If it's found in an arcade, it's a.
What about those like quarter pushing games? I like those. It's the only game that I'll gamble at.
Is that an
Okay.
arcade game?
Yeah. And then like
Oh.
what about the ones where you gotta smack the button down when the light's spinning and you gotta land it on the jackpot light?
So
Is
so
go
bro just
is
likes
go
casino games. Casino
saying,
arcade games.
is go-karting
Oh,
an
hey.
arcade game? There are usually at
go-karting?
arcades.
Yeah. It's found in an
Are-
arcade. You can find it in an
Is the
arcade.
batting is the batting cages?
Is the
an
batting
arcade?
cage? Is laser tag?
Yeah, laser tag, is that an arcade game?
I
Yes.
suddenly realized I like a lot of arcade games.
Man, I freaking said. I didn't even think about that.
I think I have a few ideas of like actual arcade games. I was kind of trolling, but
I was
it's all
going for
good.
more
It's-
like 70s, 80s arcade
Like
games.
Galaga.
Yeah.
Galaga? Galaga?
Galaga.
I was like,
wow.
Galaga? What is... Oh, Galaga?
uh,
Yes. Oh, by the way, I have a book that says how to pronounce Pokemon names. I should go get it.
I found out recently.
think
I
this
mean,
is
I've
what
always
meetings
been calling it Rayquaza my whole life,
Yeah, I
but
have
it's
two.
it's Rayquaza,
Yeah, I hate
100%. for
Ew.
sure.
I hate that.
No.
Yeah,
Don't like
Yeah,
that.
it is. It is. They say it in the anime, and they say it, and if you look it up how to say it, that's how it's said.
I mean, we've already established that what they say in the anime is still wrong. So
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, don't mention Pokemon when Sam gets back.
Oh, Sam's gone.
Oh, you don't want him to go off again.
Doesn't he have
why do you think I
wireless
brought this
headphones?
mug?
Do you like how Squirtle has no face? Thank you, dishwasher.
I can't tell.
Here, show him.
Oh my god. You should just like
It
Sharpie
says
some
dishwasher
sunglasses-
safe, they lie.
Sharpie some sunglasses on there, so he can be the Squirtle Squad,
There you go.
the headless
Oh my
Squirtle
God.
Squad.
Squirrel Squad.
I mean, the mug is safe, just not the sticker.
Yes. Y'all, it's so good to be back. It's been fun.
How was your vacation?
I
Don't
don't know
remember.
if you would call COVID a
Hey,
vacation, but
We were on vacation.
oh yeah, we did a oh yeah, the cabin. I'm sorry, everything is a fever dream right now. God.
COVID.
Great, because I don't remember. Heyo.
Heyo, get vaccinated, get your boosters.
No, that's not what we're talking about. I was talking
If
about
you get
how
vaccinated and your
inebriated I
boosters, you
was
won't
at the
remember.
cabin.
It'll be great.
You won't remember. Yeah, it was good.
All right, I have returned.
Oh, Sam's
Shh,
back.
shh, 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 shh,
Shh, shh.
Talking about Pokemon without no.
shh.
All right,
Ah.
so we'll be right back. 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to the Game Raven Review podcast with our segment Question of the Week. In our Discord, we talk about a question every day, posted in a question of the day. and we pull one of those questions out for the podcast. If you would like to join our Discord, please go to GameRavenReview.com, and a link will be right there for you. Oh, excuse me. So, what I pulled out for this week is going to be, what is your favorite arcade game? Bro, let's start with you.
Well, while you were gone, we kind of like lightly touched this topic. I had a curious question if like skee ball, laser tag, and like those sort of games that spit out tickets are an arcade game. Does that count? Samuel?
Oh, this is me thinking. Can't see
Oh.
what I was thinking. Oh. I guess if there were a game in an arcade, then yes.
Okay, that was our consensus. I just wanted to make sure you were on track with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, favorite arcade game if I'm talking like strictly video games, I went super hard in like House of the Dead. You remember those ones where you're just like, it's like silly, just like goofy zombie game and then you got to save some girl or something. I remember I got to like the final boss, and like every time you like get to a boss, it does this like crazy analysis of like what you're fighting, and it gives you the name. But the final boss in this House of the Dead game was like, dude was like translucent. He looked like he was like made out of water or some sort of goop or something, but had like a human body, but like didn't know the name, and it didn't have the weak spot for you. And obviously I was like 10. I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? But then obviously like there's this giant heart in the middle of his chest. I'm like, that's the weak spot. So I figured it out. I think it cost me $20 to beat that game though. But yeah, so House of the Dead, and then if anyone recalls that Simpsons beat 'em up game.
Oh, that was a good one.
Or I think it's a beat 'em up. The one where you basically just, you fight a bunch of enemies and it's like continue and it gives you the arrow.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like
talking
Bart
about?
uses
Yeah.
like a skateboard and like all that stuff.
Yeah, Bart's got the skateboard, and you can play with 4 people. You can be
Yeah.
Homer, Marge, Lisa, and Bart, I think. And then like Mr. Burns is like the final boss. It's a fun little game. I like that game. Yeah, those are I would say those are the two like right off the top of my head that I think I remember and loved playing.
Very nice. Gus.
My favorite actually would have to be Frogger. I was a huge fan of Frogger. I used to play it all the time. I mean, it's just such a simple game, and there's just get to one side to the other. But for whatever reason, growing up, I loved that game. I would play hours of that at a time.
I remember playing Frogger on the Game Boy, I think. And again, I'm an old man.
I had Frogger on one of those like I don't even know what they're even called, but it was like it looked like it was calculator graphics.
Yeah.
And the game was only Frogger that you got, and it was like a little handheld thing, and like it would just be like black pixels moving,
I was
like
a
you press
Nokia or
up.
something.
It's something like that. I can't remember what the device was called, but that's how I remember Frogger.
Good game. Puppet.
Every time I went to the arcade, I would like always go to Dance Dance Revolution or whatever it is, the like circle, triangle, square things that you like dance on, right?
Yeah, DDR.
Does that count? DDR? Loved that. Didn't actually play the arcade games, but it was really fun. I held onto the bars the entire time because I would fall. But yeah, and even now, like I haven't played one of those in a long time, but they have some really fun ones. But yeah, it was like social hour for me whenever we went to the arcade. So I wasn't into like the actual like arcade games. I just liked watching my friends like be ridiculous on those, and pretending like I was a good dancer. That was nice. Yeah.
Oh man, I've seen those kids though, where like they were holding the bars and their feet are just going, and you're like,
Yep.
ooh, I don't.
Mhm.
I think I've played DDR once in my entire life.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we should have a DDR party.
I had it on the PlayStation.
Nice.
Oh my God. Did you have
Nice.
Bonat too and everything?
Format?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Those mats are dangerous though, because again, like Puppet said, there are no bars, so
No.
you are just Just you and Gravity having a fun time.
Yeah, and usually like at the arcade, they're like up on a platform. So if you beef it, like it's hard. I don't remember ever falling, but that probably means I did fall at some point.
You just blacked out.
Most
Just
likely,
blacked
yeah.
out, like
You let the rhythm flow through you, and you just blacked out and went DDR crazy.
Yep, DDs are crazy.
Oh man, Taz, what about you?
Any Star Wars like simulation game was pretty sweet. I did enjoy like one of my favorites was pod racing, because you had like to do the things.
Oh yeah.
That was freaking sick, and you had to like push the blue button in the middle when you had enough boost. It was
The NOS
fast. That
button.
sucker was fast. Yeah, the NOS was crazy. Or like you'd be part of. There's another like space simulator game of like you're a part of the forces that are blowing up the Death Star. So you had to like fly and do a bunch of stuff. That was just good time. Good freaking time. Those are my favorite.
Nice. For me, gonna wax poetically about the olden days of Chuck E. Cheese, and was it Cruising USA? I guess was like the racing game.
Yeah.
And that's when I learned that I am not here for stick shifts whatsoever, because I never could get it.
I always
Like,
hit automatic. I'm racing automatic.
yeah, because I was be like,
I don't
oh,
press
the
that thing.
gear shifts, and I never got it. Never got. Cruising was always good. I was always into Street Fighter. I think 2 was there, and like you'll be playing. And I was never good at Street Fighter, babe. Like, yo, I can do the Hadouken though. I know how to do motions.
Shoryuken.
Like I can do it. And also before again, the big pandemic, there was a place here called what was it called? Cidercade. And Cidercade, of course, had a lot of ciders, yay. But also they had like all the cabinets that you would ever pretty much want. They had pinball. They also had like this table that was like a Miss Pac-Man as well, that 4 people couldn't play. And it was really awesome. And I loved going there because it's like I can have my ciders that I enjoy and also go and play, your X-Men, your Tekkens, your Cruisin', your DDR. Like they had all those things. And then sadly, things happened in the world that had to have that place shut down. But I enjoyed that, man. Like, especially you get like in Cruisin', you get like 3 or 4 people playing at the same time. And now you're just smack talking each other like, haha, you don't know how to drive. But I'm like 13 and I know how to, I guess. Like, yeah, oh man, I remember, oh God, I miss arcades. Also, like arcades for adults now with barcades and stuff like that, where I can also get, my adult-like beverage.
Yeah.
And also, play Tekken against somebody.
There's one near me called Another Castle.
Oh, we have to visit.
Right down the street from
That one's a good spot. And then there's you got GameWorks and like Dave and Buster's, sort of. I don't know how well those.
I forgot about Dave and Buster. Oh man.
Those two, but those ones are more like. GameWorks was. I remember going to GameWorks the first time, and like my buddy's mom took us, and it was like I think we got there at like 9:30, but I guess after 10 it's 21 and over.
Yes.
And they made us still pay like the full price and didn't tell us that they're like, oh, by the way, if you're not 21, like they didn't sell us that. You know what I mean? That we got there at 9:30, and then it was like I was about to play the first virtual reality game. This was like when virtual reality wasn't even like a footnote, And I'm like, oh, I literally put the headset on, and they're like, oh, you guys aren't 21. You guys got to get out of here. And I was like, I almost cried.
Aww. Little trauma moment.
I know, dude.
Aww. There's
worst.
a bar. It's not really like an arcade, but it's over in Ellensburg, where Central Washington University is, and it's called Shooters. And not enough people talk about this place. It's so amazing. It's a bar, and they have huge screens everywhere, and you can play Smash on the giant screens, and it's like so fun. I would spend hours in there just playing Smash with like random strangers. It's very, y'all, if you ever find yourself in Ellensburg, Washington, go to Shooters. It's a great place.
Is that the only thing over there?
Right? In my book, yeah.
I mean, I've been to Ellensburg a couple of times, and that's you can go. You can go to the park, or you can go to Shooters.
Yeah. Shooters is worth it though. It's so worth it. It's great.
Cheap drinks and gaming, that's all you need.
Yeah. Hey.
Worth.
Well, thank you all for your, again, answers to these questions. And again, if you would like to answer questions like this, please join our Discord on GameRavenReview.com. Link will be right there for you. And we'll be right back with our main segment. See you there.
Sorry, my cat was like staring down Gus for a second.
I did see.
He hates
Who
me.
are you?
He does though. He hates him.
Oh, it's gonna be
Okay.
all right, buddy. Has he attacked the gerbil?
The gerbil, the hamster. No, he
Hamster,
hasn't
okay.
actually.
Good.
Yeah. It's been amazing.
Play nice.
Yeah.
Also almost died getting my items. It's still icy out here, and I slipped real hard. And I was like, no.
Oh shoot. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, look, I'm gonna be all right, guys. Just hold a hammy or something. Oh, hello, cat.
Yes.
All right, main segment. So what is this? So we're just going around asking the questions of like, what is a dating sim and things of that nature. Yes.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. There's drama happening.
It's all right.
Hey, Summer, go downstairs. Go downstairs. Or sit, okay.
Like, what do you want me to do? The opposite of that. Yes.
Okay.
And we'll be right back here in 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to the Game Raven Review podcast with our main segment. We're going to be talking about dating sims. And before we get into any of that, let's actually talk about what is a dating sim. Who would like to answer that?
Well, I've got it pulled up. I pulled it up, earlier. We got it ready. So, Wikipedia's definition for a dating sim or a romance simulation game, which is, I'm gonna butcher this, but Renai Shimarushon Gemu, are a video game subgenre of simulation games with romantic elements. That's what they are.
Okay. That encompasses a lot, actually.
Yeah.
That does. Wow.
I guess the first game that set the standard for the sim genre was, I'm also gonna just totally butcher this, Doki Usai. Came out in 1992. And this one was on timed events, dialogue choices. So you had to pick something. You couldn't be like, all right, what do I do here? Google it. Obviously, you didn't Google it in 1992, but you had to make choices based off you were feeling in the moment. You didn't have time to think about it, like in real life.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, easy.
Well, thank you, Zach, for that definition.
You're welcome.
I mean, in real life, I can't just be like, hey, do you like me? Tell me now. Tell me now. Don't you think about it? Tell me how you feel.
You can.
Just be a jerk. Just like, all right, weird person.
Dating advice from Gus.
Don't do
Just
that.
crush her then. The answer.
What is
Oh,
the one
God.
bit? Like, can I have your number? 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 Can I have...
my,
Just keep asking until they say yes.
oh
it's the
my
only way.
God. No, do not do that.
Nah. And I also like side notes to this, but again, this is what you come here for, right? I've had my phone number literally for 17 years now. 17 years, right? So occasionally, however, I will get, hey man, how you, like, hey ma, how you? And I'm like, excuse me? Who? Like, oh yeah, someone just gave me this number. And I'm like, no, I've had this number literally almost enough to go to college. Like, no one else has had this number. Like, oh well, this girl, like, what'd she look like? What was her name? Like, who's giving my number out to people that I said no to? Like, don't give my number out to people, guys. Like, just tell them no. But I love this quote about like being an adult until you have to be an adult. It's like you're an adult until you have to have a conversation. And it's just easier to either ghost that person or give them my number, I guess.